Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crochet, a Canadian crochet podcast. I am your hostess, Claudia. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a while. I had to go back to my very last video, and I checked when that was. So the last time I posted was at the beginning of May of 2023. So we're coming up on 2 years. Like year and a half. So it's pretty bad. Lots has happened, and that's what this video is going to be. I did go back and watch the video to see what I was working on back then, to see what happened with any of those projects. So that it's funny to me now. Like I'm laughing. One thing that is insane is I'm watching my last video, and I'll link it up here. Is how young I looked back then. I don't know if I put a filter on or something, but I'm looking and I was like, oh my gosh, like I did not appreciate how cute I was. So I guess, it's there for me to revisit. So, it's been a stressful couple years. So here we go. Okay, so I have a list here in my book of the stuff that I worked on. I started out with the Footsie Papaya King Cole sock. Those are not done. I frogged the scarf. I frogged the muscle burl hat. I completed the waffle blanket. That was one thing I was really proud of. It's actually up in my bed right now, but I will grab it for the next episode and I will definitely show you. But I did want to let everybody know I did eventually finish the waffle blanket. That one was a labor of love, let me tell you. The baby blanket, that one was finished on time for the baby shower that it needed to go to, so that was great. And I have no idea what happened to the cardigan thing that I was working on. Oh yeah, the blue pretty one. No idea. I don't know what I did with that yarn. I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know if I gave it to somebody, gave it away, whatever. I don't know. That's where we are with that though. And oh yeah, the dress. I ended up frogging the dress and I made a cardigan out of that, but I ended up making it too big for myself, but it's not big enough for anybody else that I know. So it's just hanging out at the house until someone says they need it. So I have actually a friend now that I'm thinking of. Maybe she would like it. So that's where we are in terms of the year and a half go projects that, I had a terrible finishing spree on that. So, that's nothing new though, right? All right. I will talk, I guess, about what I am working on right now, since that is the point of coming to crochet. So I have been making this lovely dress. It's inside out right now. I have this sleeve to finish and then I'm done. So that's all that I'm working on right now. Oh no, that's not true. I have a fish as well, but that's that. Okay, so let's rewind to May. At that point, I had, and I can't remember if I ever talked about this. It was something that was really, really embarrassing for me at the time, but I just had to do what I had to do. So I had to get a second job. Yeah, I wouldn't have talked about it yet. And that's why I wasn't able to do as much, just because funds were so incredibly tight. Like I couldn't get anything. I couldn't, it was really, really hard. So crocheting definitely took a back burner unless someone bought me yarn or gave me a gift card or something like that. So I haven't really worked on a ton of stuff. I made another blue and yellow baby blanket, which I didn't take a picture of because just gave it away to the person that needed it. Like I feel like I've worked on stuff, but it's not the same. Like I've got lots of sock yarn and things like that. And I got this beautiful wool actually for my birthday this year, but that has nothing to do with that. So I'm sorry. This is going to be all over the place. I apologize in advance or in the middle, but I'm trying. I really am trying. Anyway, excuse me. I had to get a second job. So I was working my day job till 3:34, depending on the day. And then I was going to work at my other job for full shift, which usually started at 3:45 and ended at 12:30, like in the morning. So I had a lot of long days. And I was very, very tired, and it was not a good time. Like my mental health was not doing very well, but we needed the money, and sometimes you just got to fill that gap. So all that being said is that June of this year, 2024, I was able to quit that job because my husband got a better job doing manufacturing and general management and things like that. And So we are, I wouldn't say we're golden, we're sterling. We're at least sterling. Speaking of sterling, in December of 2023, he got very, very sick, end of November, beginning of December, and we didn't know what was wrong with him, and we didn't have any money to get, a bunch of testing done at the vet or anything, and we took him, and just from kind of a cursory overview, they weren't really able to tell what was wrong with him, and so he ended up passing away, and it was very sad. It was very unexpected, and he just went downhill like that. Like, it was, he stopped eating, and then he lost a bunch of weight, and he was throwing up, and then all of a sudden he just started peeing, which was not like him, and he wasn't even really old. He's 8, so I mean, he technically still probably had 4 or 5 years left. So my husband was extremely, extremely upset about that, because why not, right? He's very upset about, I mean, I was upset too, but it really got to him really badly. So we got another puppy, and his name is Remington, and we got him in January of 2024. So Sterling had been gone probably about 6 weeks, and I felt like it was probably too soon, but I'm so glad to have Remy. He's very sweet. Ember actually kind of upset me with that, because when our Boston Terrier passed away, Sterling looked for her all the time, and that was them paired up. And then when we got Ember, she didn't look for him or anything like that. So I was kind of like, oh, I love Trader. Like, he really loved you. He'd look for you. But I mean, it's a dog, right? So, and I was just misplacing my upset on the dog. So, as one does. Anyway, so she was fine. She did not like Remington when we first brought him home. Took about 3 days for her to decide to start playing with him. I'm sorry, my face is very itchy. It's super dry here, and I've put like lotion and oil and all kinds of stuff on, and it's not itchy because I mixed the stuff. It's itchy because it's dry. Anyways, sorry. She didn't like him at first. She's fine now. They're best buddies now. They get on like a house on fire, and they love each other, and they sleep together, and they always want to go playing, and they love going camping with each other. All good. So it ended up working out quite well. So that was sad and terrible, but then nice. What else has happened? I have a child in high school, which I'm like, and the other one is in junior high, so that's kind of crazy too. In some ways I don't feel old enough, but then we'll get into that. This year I turned 40. I turned 40 in October, so not all that long ago, about a month ago. And I did not have a good time of it. We'll say that. I spent 3 days crying and being upset, and now I'm like, this is how it is. So I am more at peace with it now than I was, but I still don't love it. Also, one thing I was noticing in my other video, my hair was fantastic. Oh, it was so long and so awesome. So my husband, not long after that video, actually, that was one of the last times I shaved my head, asked me if I could please grow my hair out. And it's not that I let my husband dictate what I wear, what I look like, anything like that. But he asks for so few things in life that when he does, I make a very good effort to try to do what he asks. Because he's just like, I'm done looking at you with your hair like that. He really didn't like it, and he didn't complain about it. It was the first time that he had said he didn't like it. So I have been growing it out, so I have terrible hair. And when I look at my video of the last time with it shaved, I'm just like, I'm like, every day I look and I want to shave it again, just because it looked so tidy and so nice. But so now here we are, about 18 months of growing out, and yeah, it's more gray than it was, especially in here. But yes, so there's that. I know that's not all that exciting, but it's something different. So I've just been cutting it, because you can see, let's see if we can see in here. Yeah, there's this. So these are not the same length yet, but I've been trimming it as kind of it grows, and I'm badly due for another one, but I've been trimming it to like get it back up. But I think it's long enough that I could get a little bob or something. I don't know. I've had lots of hairstyles, but we'll do something. But that's something that's new. What else? Nothing really. Like, I feel like a lot has happened at the same time. Not a lot has happened. my car, which I'm pretty sure that I talked about, but now I can't remember. So if we've discussed this already, you can fast forward a little bit. So my Subaru a couple years ago, maybe I can't remember now, but anyway, I blew the clutch in it, and it's been in various stages of repair since then. So we've replaced the water pump, we've replaced the thermostat, replaced the clutch cable. I feel like there's something else. And the reason that this has happened is that my husband will get, stuff kind of like sorted out, and he's ready to put it back together. And then he reads something, and they're like, oh, like with these Boxster engines, which a Boxster engine is 4 pistons that go side like this instead of a V, which goes like this, or inline that goes like this. So they go like this. If you're engine people, but anyway, it has this Boxster engine, so it gets good compression in this little space, but it is... Subaru Legacy is like the worst vehicle in the entire world to work on. Everything is so cramped and so compact, and it's just like, it's an absolute ridiculous time. So he has been reading and doing a lot of research, and we're getting parts, kind of like slowly. And then, so he'll read, oh yeah, like while the engine is out, you should replace, this belt. There's a timing belt. And we looked at it, we're like, okay, yeah, like it looks a little, it looks a little old. We may as well. So yeah, that timing belt. Yeah, that sounds right. So we replace that. Then he finds out, yeah, well, the engine's out. Maybe it'd be a good idea to replace the water pump. And I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. Then the thermostat on the water pump. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I feel like the engine's been rehauled. It's still not done though. What part am I? Oh, that's right. We need to get bolts, and we need to special order them from Subaru. This is like... because the one, it gets heated and cooled and heated and cooled and heated and cooled. So it's basically gets destroyed. But the other two are fine. But you can't leave like the two and not the other one. Like you have to have all of the bolts in there. So we have to go to Subaru in person, because we've tried calling, and it's just like, I don't know what is with their customer service. It's terrible, like absolutely terrible. If I never have to deal with them again, it's too soon. And you can't just order it online, because we found blueprints for the engine. This is how like ridiculously thorough my husband is. He found blueprints for the engine, but he says that, and I totally believe him, the part number and the part that he's looking at don't match. So we don't know if the blueprint is incorrect or our car is incorrect or something, but we need to go with these bolts in hand and please say I need a new set. Probably cost $80,000 because it's from the manufacturer. But, at this point I'm like, please just put it back together. So that's still in the garage. Also on our silver truck, which is our camping truck, the transfer case went. So it is a 02, 04, 06. It's an 06. Sorry, we've had a lot of vehicles. And in that sort of area from the 02 to the 06, 07, there's something about the vehicles when they get to 270,000 kilometers roughly that the transfer case goes. And, like clockwork, transfer case went. So it's sitting in the driveway. You got to find a transfer case. Those are about $2,000. So because it's winter time, we can now start saving up for that. And that should hopefully, all of the things crossed, be a straight swap. You just take out the old one and put the new one in. That's one thing about GMC is I don't always love domestic vehicles, but as for the trucks, they're much easier to work on, not look after. That's what I was trying to say. But I'm confident I could do it. Subaru, gosh, no. I love the Subaru. I don't think I will ever buy another one though. Just because of that. It's a pain. Yes, so we went camping twice this year. Gosh, I can't remember. We haven't gone. We definitely didn't go summer of 2023 because I was always working, and I was like, I need as many shifts as I possibly can get so we can get some debt paid off, and so we can make sure I still have lights on. So we didn't worry about it. We went on Canada Day. Yes, we went on Canada Day in 2023. 2024 we did again for a week, and then we went out into the mountains. So that was fun. So luckily we were able to get a couple of camps before the transfer case went on the truck. The transfer case went in September. Yes, because school was back in session when I was at work. Yeah, that sounds right. Which is good. And okay, so now I'm down to one job. We're down to one vehicle out of 3, which I feel like that's just the story of our house. We have our old red truck, 98 Chevy Silverado. Runs like a dream. We've had to replace the thermostat in that, but that's like literally on top. And we had to replace the heating fan because, again, like, it's an antique at this point. So anyway, I know you guys didn't come to hear me talk about cars, and I'm sorry, but that's been like this thorn in my side for, gosh, like years now. Like, whenever I feel like something's going good, then like the car breaks down. Like, that's always what happens. Just, that's how it is. Kids are good. Yes. Like, I've taken about, it's going to be about 6 months since I quit the other job to like kind of get back into how I want life to be, because I was so used to go, and I was so tired all the time, and I was waking up late, and I was just like, you know, when like my boss at my first job, absolutely incredible, and I was so embarrassed to tell him that I had to get a second job, and he was so understanding, and I really, really appreciated it at the time, and he was like, you know, just let me know what's what, and you know, he covered for me if I was late coming in, and you know, things like that, and I'm forever grateful. And like, I'm also really grateful actually to the people at the second job, because they were so willing to work around like my schedule. That was just like, I can only work nights, I only want to work nights, please, just nights. And I know like it's not necessarily fair for everybody to have to give that up, but nighttime tends to be the shift that people don't want to take anyways. So I mean, like, we helped each other out, don't get me wrong, but I was really grateful that they were really understanding as well, that I had kids. Like, they give me Halloween off, and they would, Thanksgiving, did I work? No, I didn't work Thanksgiving. I usually worked like the minor holidays, but the major ones, like, they really made an effort to let me have the day off so I could be with my family, and I really, really appreciated that. And like, they were so great, and they filled a need at the time. So I, you know, while it was so hard, there is good that came from the difficulty. I had to choose my suck and just deal with it. And here we are. We've made it to the other side. All right. Okay, so that's kind of what's been going on in a nutshell. Not all that exciting. So I'm like itching to get back to, you know, doing podcasts again and doing episodes and all of that fun stuff. And yeah, I hope I can do that. So I'm hoping to get back to my posting schedule. And the next episode that I have will be sort of my traditional crochet podcast, where I will show you yarns that I have got recently. And because I'm starting again, I sort of have to like go back, and some of that might be a bit long. Things that I'm working on, things that I'm finished, all that fun stuff. So I will try and round up as much as I can that I've worked on and am working on right now for next week. So thank you so much, anybody who has stuck around for this like diatribe of nonsense, and who has stuck around while I haven't been here and haven't been posting. I really, really appreciate all of you, and I hope things are going well for you. And if you need me to pray for you, please let me know. I'm happy to do so. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and if you haven't already, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I will see you. Bye.